Well, after grueling European football matches in the midweek, English football is back this weekend with a full slate of Premier League matches. Got 10 matches coming this weekend. There's lots of football coming. Let's get into it. This is Red Card Radio. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're listening from. Thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the Premier League from three friends who support different clubs. My name is James. I support Arsenal. With me tonight, that's Brad. He supports Chelsea, and Sean is down below. He supports Tottenham. We are the same three people as always, and supporting the same teams as always, doing the same things as always. And that's what you should do. You should hit the subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell, do all those fun things to help us grow this podcast and reach new people. If you're on the podcast site, hit it with a follow, 5-star review if your platform so allows. Do all of those things that people can do to help us. Share it with a friend. Join our Discord. Drop a comment. All those things really do help us out. So without further ado, we've got Premier League matches. You guys excited about this? It's Brad's just been out here winning, right? Chelsea is just unstoppable now.
Feeling fantastic yet again for this weekend.
Well, we'll see if you can keep that up. What were you going to say, Sean?
Not because of this is Spurs definitely lose at home to Forest here. That's it. Very predictable.
Ooh.
Go on.
All right. Well, let's. I guess we need to tell the people who's playing whom.
Yes.
All right. Do it. So Saturday morning, we've got Bournemouth hosting Liverpool Football Club. We got Everton hosting Brentford, Leeds and Brighton from Ellen Road. Leicester host Chelsea. Spurs host Forest. If you guys lose at home to Nottingham Forest, I am going to flip a table on your behalf. Crystal Palace host the champions Manchester City. Sunday morning, we've got Fulham hosting Arsenal from Craven Cottage. Manchester United against Southampton from Old Trafford. West Ham host Villa at the London Stadium, and Newcastle will welcome Wolves to St. James's Park. So, that's what's on offer from the Premier League. You think Forest is going to beat Spurs, Sean? That's just like pessimism, right?
It's just the predictable Spurs scoreline.
Oh, hold on, but didn't you just say on Wednesday that like you were happy with how the team was playing?
True.
Against Wolves?
You did say that.
Yes, that is exactly why that is exactly why we're going to lose at home to Forest, because this is what Tottenham does.
Oh, because you're feeling.
But Tottenham
good.
lost last game, so you're feeling good. Oh, okay. I get it.
Team looks improved, and then we go right back to anemic and can't pass the ball.
But don't you typically win when you look improved? All right, I'll stop.
Normal teams do.
I think the real question is whether Stellini is still in charge or if Antonio has come back yet.
I think Antonio took the press conference and
I'm not sure when he's coming back.
Yeah. So if Stellini is still in charge, I think Spurs have an improved chance at winning. No. Okay. All right. So
he's lost the game now, so we can't be that hype now.
Okay, hold on. Actually, this is something I've been meaning to bring up. Did Antonio Conte win Manager of the Month in February? The Premier League Manager of the Month?
Yeah, I think so.
Where he managed one game?
Yeah.
And that was the game that he lost?
Yep.
Interesting. But
Wow.
Spurs won a lot.
Welcome to the Premier League.
It's such an absurd award.
He's just gonna give it to Stellini.
I mean,
but still,
of course. But it's humorous. It's so funny. All right, let's kick it off. I'd like to start Leicester Chelsea. So Leicester have been up and down all season. Early in the season, we were saying they were dead. They didn't spend any money in the summer. They had a terrible start to the season. There was a lot of clamoring for Brendon Rodgers to get the sack. They stabilized a little bit, got themselves out of the relegation scrap for a good number of weeks, and now they're kind of back in it. They're in the thick of the relegation battle, I would argue.
They're 2 points above. So
that to me seems like in the thick of
they're
the relegation
in the
battle.
scrap. Yes.
Going back to the
they need all the results.
Going back to the great Stradamus prediction of, I think, like match week 4 or whatever it was, about the relegation battle being more interesting than the top 4 battle. This is just another instance of that. So we've got Leicester, who are in desperate need of points, and then you've got Chelsea, who've just been vibing in 10th for the last 6 months.
Still be 10th.
Still vibing.
even when we get this result, we'll still be 10th.
Yeah. So how? Obviously, you're hyped, Brad. You think you guys have turned a corner. You beat Leeds. You beat Dortmund.
Yeah.
This is the upward trajectory for the Graham Potter arc, right?
I need to find the picture of when Conte was our manager and he subbed in Alonso, and Alonso goes three at the back. Because happened again. We go 3 at the back and we start winning. So as long as we're keeping 3 at the back, I think good things are coming.
I mean, 3 at the back is a good way to stabilize. I don't necessarily think 3 at the back is how you win the Premier League and the Champions League long term. I think you can do it that way, but I think you'll have more success.
I think we've done both. We won 3 at the back with Conte. We won the Premier League, and then we won. Then we won 3 at the back, the Champions League with Tuchel.
Did Tuchel play 3 at the back?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was kind of the 3. He's like a 3-5-2 type manager.
3-5-2, 3-4-3.
Yeah, like whatever the wing backs are, however you want to define that. But okay, we'll see. I think
I refute your.
Tuchel's a better manager than Graham Potter.
We'll see, but you've been saying that, right? Wasn't that your biggest L that you ever had about the Premier League? Was that Bright was going down and Graham Potter's a terrible manager?
The only reason you brought that up is because I responded to a tweet today that was asking, what's the worst take you've ever had about the Premier League? And that had to have been my worst take. It was last season, I think it was, when we did
the season before that, yeah.
Whenever we did the Sheets of Integrity, and I picked Brighton to get relegated, and I was like, Graham Potter's luck has run out. He's in over his head. That was an incredible L.
Speaking of which, I need some Potter out apologists here, because clearly it's Potter in all day long. So I need some apologies from these Potter outs.
I don't think you'll ever get them.
Oh, I know, but they'll be here celebrating with us when he wins. So Chelsea's getting the win.
Put it in the comment section. The apologies.
Please do.
3 what?
Chelsea's getting the win. 3-0.
3-0.
3-0.
Okay. So is this just like you guys scored 1 goal, then you scored 2 goals, then 3 goals, then 4 goals, then 5 goals?
No,
6
we
goals?
probably will stop at that 3 or 4 goals. I don't know. I mean, do we play United soon? We could get 7 there.
Yeah, you're gonna talk smack on United, and then Ten Hag is gonna slap you when he comes to town. I don't know. I think this Leicester team. So a couple weeks ago, they beat the stuffing out of West Ham. Then they beat the stuffing out of Spurs, and then they lose tight games to Arsenal and Southampton.
You mean Villa?
They beat Villa. Is that who they beat?
They beat Villa 2-4 at Villa.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was thinking.
Then they smacked Tottenham.
Yeah. So
then they got smacked by United. Then 2 tough games with Southampton and
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see a world where Leicester need a result. James Maddison is playing well, and he's back. He's getting some fitness under his legs, and he just has a masterclass. I could see Leicester getting a result in this match. How confident am I in that? About 40%. 40% confident. I think Chelsea should win this match. I think Chelsea will win this match.
Yes.
But
there's always a chance.
Stranger things have happened.
So. Lots of strange things have happened. It's not going to, but stranger things have happened. Like Leicester winning the championship, winning the Premier League.
True. That was a strange thing that had happened. So Craven Cottage Sunday morning. Craven Cottage. Arsenal going across town to one of the smallest grounds in the league. I'm a little apprehensive about this match. I will be honest. We're getting to the point in the season where Arsenal are going to have to figure out a way to navigate the every 3 days. And it was a little touch and go there against Bournemouth. last weekend. We had Everton at the midweek, and then Bournemouth was a little touch and go. We've got Sporting in the Europa League on Thursday, and then we have to go to Craven Cottage, which it's a pretty difficult place to play. I expect Arsenal to win. I expect our quality to overpower, to shine through. I expect the leaders to like the Xhakas, the Zinchenkos, the Odegaards to get the team prepared mentally to play.
The Jorginhos.
Sure. The Jorginhos. But I'm not confident enough to say. I mean, I don't know. This is a dangerous game for Arsenal. Fulham are a good side, and they will be well rested. So.
Yeah, I mean, at best, I think this game is 1-0 one way or the other. Which way it goes, I'm not going to say, because Mitrovic can always Mitrovic.
Yeah.
Like, Fulham have played well against the good teams.
I kind of feel like if we score, we're going to score a couple. That just kind of feels like that's the vein of form we're in right now, notwithstanding the Leicester Brentford results. But it kind of feels like, if we get going, if Saka gets going, if Martinelli gets going, if Reece Nelson gets going, then
I mean, Tim Ream has been one of the best defenders since like the World Cup came in.
They've got good players. Like they've got Tim Ream back. They got Jedi on the right. They've got Somerville up top. Not Somerville. Decory Reed up top. They got Willian on the wing. And they got Mitrovic. Like they've got good players. So D Cordova Reed. That's what it is. It's D Cordova Reed. That's the man's name. So like that's why I'm apprehensive about the match, is because they've got players. They got ballers. Like they could give Arsenal a hard time in this match. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's 1-0. I'm not going to say which way, but I think it's a very tight game. I think it's 1-0.
Okay. Yeah. So if we
0-1, I guess.
If we look at the most levels match this weekend, as I think how you described it, Brad.
Yes.
The West Ham Aston Villa match from the London Stadium.
Got to be the closest levels match.
Yeah, it's 11th to 16th.
What do we make of it? Like West Ham needs, like, this is a game that West Ham needs to win, right?
West Ham needs every game to win to get out of this scrap, because they're 1 point from the relegation zone.
Yeah.
So like either they start picking up results or they're going down. Like, how crazy would that be?
Yeah,
if Southampton stay up and it's Bournemouth, Everton, and West Ham going down.
That would be wild. I would be shocked to see two perennial Premier League teams get relegated in the same year.
That's the craziest result I think that could happen.
Yeah, I worry for West Ham in this game. I'm concerned for them because Unai Emery has Villa playing, I think, particularly well. They're kind of figuring out what Unai wants. They're figuring out what their identity is, for lack of a better a way to look at it in this match. I think that it's a very real possibility that that Villa walk all over them. And West Ham are not in a good run of form right now. They're not in a good run of form.
I don't disagree. Villa wins the games they're supposed to win, and this is a game Villa should win.
They've also lost games that they should have won.
They lost against. I mean, notwithstanding Leicester popping off and James Maddison doing James Maddison things.
Yeah,
like they win the games they're supposed to win. They lose the games they're supposed to lose. They don't draw.
They could have gotten a result against Arsenal. A little bit of luck goes the other way, and
a little bit,
and they get a result against Arsenal.
They need the result, and they go Thursday, Sunday, just like Arsenal.
West Ham does.
Yes, they have AEK Larnaca.
Okay, is that at home or are they traveling?
That is actually traveling.
Okay, can you tell me where that sounds?
AKE. Are we guessing?
Yeah, let's guess. AKE Larnaca.
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 I'm guessing
Greece.
It's Greece.
I was guessing Greece as well.
What?
Yeah.
Is it Greece? Let's see. Hold on.
Are we all right?
Cyprus.
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 That's okay.
Kyle, so I'm taking it as a dub.
Yeah, I think we're claiming victory on that one. Why would we not? Okay, that complicates things though. That I think that changes the calculus a little bit. Last year, West Ham were guilty of trying to. They went too hard in the Premier League, and it cost them in Europe. Do we think that David Moyes will sacrifice Europe to try and save the Premier League season and not get relegated? Because
David Moyes can't sacrifice anything.
What do you mean?
So, like, let's look at it this way. So, like, if you're 16th in the Prem, but you can bring the Conference League home and you get Europa League football next year, right? But you're fighting a relegation battle, so you have a chance at Europa League at spot 16. So you can't really give up European football with West Ham's wage bill. Like, West Ham's wage bill's got to be top 9, top 8. I know Villa's 7th.
Well,
out of the big 6.
I'm sure West Ham is up there. But I guess my point is that being in the Premier League is more important than winning the Conference League, because I don't think it's finish 16th and win the Europa League, or like finish 12th and not win the Conference League. I think it's like try and win the Conference League, ultimately lose it and finish 19th, or finish 16th and barely survive in the Premier League and just give up on the Europa League early, or the Conference League early on. That to me seems like the calculus is that like it's not that you would win the Conference League and stay up. It would be like, we're trying to win the Conference League, and as a result of that, we're getting relegated.
How many L's can David Moyes like afford? Like, going out of the Conference League, I get as like hey, let's do this so we can play every week instead of every 4 days. But
I don't think West Ham fans would be upset at all if they played the children.
But okay, right, but I don't care. Like, do we care that A, they don't have children? B,
they've got some children.
Does West Ham does the West Ham
board?
Leadership team board, do they find that acceptable to be out of the Conference League?
I think if you asked the board of West Ham, guarantee stay up in the Premier League and go out in the round of 16 of the Conference League, or potentially get relegated and win the Conference League, I think they would take guarantee stay up in the, because think about it, they've got like the third. They've got like the 4th biggest stadium in England. They're a huge club in terms of like presence and history. Like, they're not a small club. Like they are one of the bigger non-Big 6 clubs in England. They have a history in the Premier League. I think that you absolutely sacrifice the Conference League for the Premier League.
I think if you think you can stay up, because clearly, like, this is your only chance at European football. But so here's the calculus, right, that we're asking: is Leeds worse than West Ham?
Maybe.
Is Forest, Wolves, Leicester worse than West Ham?
I don't know.
I mean, if West Ham's actually playing well, probably. But like, we can't say they're going to play well. I mean, is West Ham better than Leeds, Everton, Southampton, Bournemouth? Are you better than 3 of those teams? I think you can say yes and still go for the Conference League.
I think that they're better than Southampton. I think they're better than Bournemouth. I think they're better than Everton. So that's 3 teams right there. But if you're going for the Conference League and you're playing Thursday night and then you have a relegation rumble on Sunday, like, and you're just tired, like, you know, some of these Conference League teams are in the middle of nowhere comparatively, and so like
Cyprus is just south of Turkey, by the way. Like, I looked at it, like we were right because it's Mediterranean, but we were wrong geographically.
Yeah, we are absolutely wrong. Google a flight real quick. Google a flight from London to Cyprus. It's got to be like 8 hours.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long time.
You got to get back.
5 hours and 1 minute.
5 hours and 1 minute, excuse me. So maybe not 8 hours. But like yeah, you're going to
$158 though. You just want to go nonstop, 4 hours and 35 minutes. You just want to go
from Heathrow to Cyprus? I'm sure that's a popular flight. for vacationers. It might not be a popular flight for David Moyes and the boys. I don't know. I think this is a tricky result, a tricky situation for West Ham. They play a really good Villa team. Comparatively, I think Villa are a very good team. And I'll take this another step about the Conference League versus the Premier League. It kind of seems to me that West Ham, the David Moyes era at West Ham is coming to an end, and that this is going to be the last season. It kind of seems like at the end of the season they're going to part ways and they're going to kind of restart. Do you guys think that that's what's going to happen at West Ham?
Been calling for a job all year.
Yeah, that's like even El Zacchios have been happening around him.
Relegated or not, I think David Moyes is out at the end of the season.
I think if he brings the Conference League home, then there's a conversation. But I still think yes.
I think even if he brings the Conference League home and survives, I think the conversation is thank you for your work. We need to go a different direction.
Because when was the last time West Ham competed in Europe? I get this is third division and it's the Mickiest of Mickey Mouses, but it's still a European trophy.
Certainly,
it's not an Audi Cup.
I mean, it is a trophy. I'm not trying to. Okay, I have discounted the Conference League in the past. It is. I was talking smack on it 15 minutes ago or yesterday, whenever it was. But being in the Premier League is so much more money. It's so much more impactful. You get better sponsorships. There's so many more ramifications to being in the Premier League versus being in the Championship.
It's 200 million. It's $150 million difference.
Yeah.
In terms of revenue gains. I am not again. And yes, David Moyes should have been fired. Yes, David Moyes will be going. But if somehow he keeps them up and wins the Conference League, the stars align and they finish
perfectly
15th, 13th, and he wins the Conference League, then I don't know. You saved something. Do we see what you got in the summer? Do we see what you got the first couple months of next season?
It seems like Declan Rice is probably going to get poached by one of the big boys this summer.
Yes.
It seems like you're going to lose your best player. It seems like you guys, they're not going to finish 13th. This West Ham team is not going to finish 13th. I mean, I'm going to say that now, and I have terrible takes, so they'll probably finish 12th.
It's 4 points difference right now.
Yeah, but they're
it's tight.
They're so all
after
over the
Chelsea
place.
Villa, it drops.
I know. I get that. But
that's 8 teams in the relegation battle ish.
I mean, I see your point that if they finish 13th and win the Conference League, then you have a conversation. But I think honestly, I think the best move for West Ham is to say, thank you so much. Thank you for winning us a trophy. Here's your parade. Here's your severance check. Well, we're going another way. I don't know what that direction is, but is it Thomas Frank? Do you try and poach Thomas Frank? Do you get Vincent Kompany from Burnley or something like that? I don't know.
Interesting. He's got Burnley playing pep ball, kind of.
And I mean, that would be an upgrade for him. That would be a step up over Burnley, probably. Now, granted, both would be in the Premier League, so is it really? I don't know. If you got the players you want at Burnley, you might just rock with it at Burnley.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh.
All right.
I did sneakily highlight one more game.
Oh, okay. I was not paying attention.
Sorry, but it's a question. I mean, Wolves just got a big win from Tottenham.
The absolute only reason you wanted to bring that up was so you could say Wolves got a big win against Spurs.
No, I just remembered that part. No, the what I wanted to say was that can Newcastle get back to winning?
Yes.
They drew. Oh, hold on. Their past 5 games, they drew Crystal Palace.
Where?
At Crystal Palace.
Okay.
They drew West Ham at St. James.
Okay.
They drew Bournemouth at Bournemouth, lost at home to Liverpool, and lost to City. That's 3 suspect draws. That's 3 draws that should have been 9 points.
Yeah, but that's assuming you're assuming that they are a definitive Champions League guaranteed team.
No, but I just named. I mean, Crystal Palace is the only one, so we could say 7 points here, right? Crystal Palace could probably get a draw. But you're absolutely expecting this Newcastle team to smash West Ham. We just had a conversation that West Ham might be relegated. You're absolutely expecting Newcastle to smash Bournemouth.
Yes, but Bournemouth almost beat Arsenal.
And they beat Chelsea. I mean, they beat Chelsea. It was Southampton that beat Chelsea.
So like when you say that, like, that's the thing about the Premier League is that, like, there's no easy games. There's no off weeks in the Premier League. And so, like, yeah, you would expect Newcastle to beat these teams, but they were also preparing for the League Cup final. Do I expect Newcastle to beat Wolves? Absolutely. Will I be surprised if it ends in a draw? No, because Newcastle are the team with the most draws in the league this year. Like,
yeah, no, I agree with you, and like I agree with you that Newcastle should win this game, and maybe Newcastle pops off, after the loss. Like,
and think about what Joel said. Joel said in his comment this week that the fight is for the top 6. It's not for the top 4. Even the Newcastle supporters don't think that they're in a Champions League qualification fight. They, like technically they are, based on their point accumulation at this point. But like even Joel thinks that a realistic battle for them is
they got
is
2 games in hand.
Yeah.
Who are there 2 games in hand against? Hold on, I just want to see before I go in what we got to schedule.
I have no idea.
One date to be confirmed. Brighton is one of them at St. James. I don't know what the extra game is. Let's see, midweek. West Ham, I guess. Yeah, that's their midweek game. So it's got to be West Ham or Everton. I'm guessing West Ham.
Who knows, man?
So I hope Newcastle get back to winning ways. I think they do, but it's a good. But I thought it was a good question. So
I thought you just wanted to take a dig at Spurs.
I mean, I always do. I always do.
I'm not opposed to it, but sometimes I gotta bat for my guy who's out here. Sean's just out here catching strays for no reason.
Don't worry. If Reece Nelson didn't bag that 97th, 99th minute winner, there was strays coming your way too this week. I would.
Well, I mean, and
but he did.
My retort to you would be first, 10th. That's even we could have afforded to lose this game against. I mean, we couldn't really technically afford to lose against Bournemouth, but the table would have still said first. So, all right, that's all we got for you guys. Get in the comments below. Let us know what you guys think about this weekend. Let us know what you guys think about this West Ham situation. What games you'll be watching, where you'll be watching them from, perhaps if you got a bar that you go to. I'd love to hear about that. All that stuff. Hit us up on Twitter. That's at KSBradG. This guy up top. Down below, that's at Whiteheart_Sean. I'm at James Tiffany. Collectively, we can be reached at redcard_radio. Subscribe, sub notification bell, share it with your mother, share it with your brother. All those things, we would love it. And check back next week. We'll have a review next Wednesday for you. We'll have a whole slate of Red Card Radio coming for you guys next week. But until then, be safe, have a good weekend, watch some football, and tell us about it. We'd love to hear from you guys. Join our Discord, play some chess, whatever. Watch Formula 1 in 2 weeks. We'd love to hear from you guys. Have a good one. Thank you so much. We will talk to you guys soon.